Bitcoin price is getting really hot right now after the announcement of a 75-point rate hike from the Fed. And you can see behind me, it's right at the ever important weekly 200 simple moving average, getting ready, it looks like, to bust above it and hit the top of the point of control somewhere closer to 23.5, maybe a wick above, to perhaps closer to 24 with that momentum. So I think I would give first guess 23.5, second guess 24, third guess it stops here for this move before it could make a higher low, then go higher, but before it heads down, into which you'd, for example, be able to put stops in profit, try it again. Those are the three areas. I'm not trying anything here, by the way, so let's dive into these charts and see what Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to be doing. Let's get it. So I don't get to light up a new cigar today. I'm smoking essentially the butt of the other yesterday's because I gave it all back today. I broke my rule of trade what is a blend of predictability and volatility, and I tried to trade high volatility with no predictability, and I gave it all back. If you want to see how ugly it was, check it out. I was 1,300 up. Yep. 1,300 up yesterday, and I gave it all back right on that freaking trade. Right, I'm trying to highlight the damn thing. I gave it all back. I had other losses and gains, but that one I wasn't. I'm down everything I gained yesterday, so I set myself a day back. That shit happens, and like I've said before, I've said to other people, when you have a good day, don't give it all back. It was a decent day. It wasn't a huge day or anything, but I did give it all back, and I wasn't even excited about it. I just broke a rule that, and I was trying to feed off of the volatility, and yeah, so that's why I stress try not to give it back, especially if you have a massive day. Don't give it back. I just had a normally pretty good day for that trade, so I'm about a day and a half back now. And so the futures count on the journey to 100K went down, went from 17.3 down, 17.1 down to 15, unfortunately. So I'll have to work my way back up. And basically what I have to do is I have to enter things that are high probability or conservative, such as lower highs for a short and lower or higher lows for a long. For example, this is a lower high, so lower than that one. And all of these are this is a high, lower high, lower high. Okay, for a short, it's a conservative way to trade, or a higher low, which I did long this, but I got scared out. Would have been a great trade, but I got scared out. And I did follow plan. I actually got I got stopped out, I think in profit actually. It was a little choppy there, but I tried long on that, thinking that's going to be a nice higher low, and it was. But if you zoom into the 1 minute and 3 minute, I got stopped out. It's a little wishy-washy with the FOMC meeting down here. And again, I could see Bitcoin immediately within the, potentially as I'm recording this, hit 23.5. It might race all the way up there. It could also hit 24, then come back and make a higher low here. So let me draw this out for you, what I can see happening. Let me zoom way in. I can see it. Let's just go to the higher one. I can see it going here, boom, 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 boom. And then what happens after that, I don't know. If it keeps going up or makes a lower high, I'm not for sure. But it looks like it could go to 24 or to 23, something to one of those two. All right, so I'll put this in the middle. There you go. Put this in the middle. But I don't think it'll stop in the middle if that happens. It's either going to hit there or hit there and then make a higher low potentially. And one thing that if you look left, you might argue for this one as a good guess is because you have a horizontal here. So this range right here, that orange box, it's the point of control, but it's not horizontal. And a lot of people trade horizontals, and you want to trade the way other people are seeing stuff, or at least the people moving the charts. And look at that horizontal. So that horizontal comes up to 24. I could easily see 24 being hit from these wick highs here. Super bullish stuff. I mean, it could come up to 25 up to that wick, but I don't necessarily see that happening. This is really raced up from here to go from the bottom, past the point of control, make a higher low is pretty damn bullish. So I would say 23.5 to 24, but But it's possible it really does want to do something wild. Like a bunch of people are trying to short this. They think it's going to tank tomorrow or whatever. And there might be a lot of liquidity here from shorts, and it could just do a miniature short squeeze. Not a major short squeeze from shorts way back when, but like on the books, recently on the books. So there could be a short, a very small time frame short squeeze that happens, that pops it up all the way to that wick to 25, and that all could happen today. I mean, within hours. Bitcoin is getting very volatile right now, and it starts defying all logic. However, you can still zoom in and try to give your most probable guesses at where, given the momentum to the upside and the volatility that we're experiencing. Yeah, I'm thinking 23.5. Now, Ethereum is a totally different chart. It looks more bullish structurally than Bitcoin. It's broken out of its ranges. Look, I have a triple freaking decker here. So I have like the wildly bullish one. Is it hits its origin line at an origin line at 1380. You can barely see that. Let me bam, now you can see it. There's an origin line up there. Those are like trend lines, but they go back to the beginning of price for all of Ethereum, and they're way more important than any other trend lines. The top of this new, I guess, triple decker trading channel is closer to 1270. But I mean, on a percentage basis, I don't know if that would make sense with Bitcoin going to 23.5. That's 2.6%. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Maybe that would be the bottom. Well, that's almost 4%. Is Bitcoin dominance going up? BTC.D. If Bitcoin dominance is scraping back up, then I can see that happening. It is starting to rise. I can see that. So Bitcoin dominance is starting to pop up. So Bitcoin on this pump could easily get a better gain than Ethereum. So I guess that's a roughly good target. It looks like, though, it would, if Bitcoin does hit 24K or 23.5, it looks like Ethereum's going to go up to like, it's going to wick above this channel, similar to how it wicked above the previous top of the channel back here, something like that. I could see some. So this was the top of the channel, and I've added different channels on top because there's nothing really there to look at with this angle. And what percentage wick above is that? Let's take a look. 1.6 roughly, and then 1.6 away from that would be in the 1280. So it'd be about 1280 would be a wick above, and that would be more in line with Bitcoin hitting the top of the point of control. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. So it looks like more immediate price targets for Ethereum are going to be about 1280. So it looks like it's going to wick above 1280 for Ethereum, and then I've already given it to you for Bitcoin, and they look totally different in the charts. So from yesterday, I gave a guess on what Nasdaq futures would do, so I left my guess where it was, and that's what's happened. I had the right idea that it looked like it was going to gap up green, so on the day it did. I could see in the charts that it was going to gap up green and be a green day, which was accurate. If you go to IXIC, you can see that. So the green day gapped up, and it's closing green in 26 minutes. See that? So that was correct. However, the reasons for that, it seems that I was incorrect. A 75-point rate hike is happening, and it seems like this either is some trappy pump to the upside before a big down move, or simply put, on these charts, as you can see behind me, there are gaps to fill up here, so it's perhaps bad news, but big money wants to go, grab this stuff up here. I really don't know. And that would be around Nasdaq around 11.4, just under 11.4, and then SPX has a big gap at about 3,900, almost even on the dot. So things could be wanting to go grab that gap here. See how big this gap is? You got to go all the way up to the candle body to get in. That'd be a massive ass move. I mean, hell, Bitcoin would go to if that were to happen, Bitcoin would probably go to closer to the top of its of its channel, or it would hit 24K in that instance. So I did see my yesterday's short post about, I could see it in the charts. It looks like it's going to gap up. However, the reasons for that, it seems to be not quite the inverse, but 75-point rate hike did happen, but big money's buying it up for some reason, and started buying it up even before Jay Powell continued speaking on, his dedication to trying to get inflation under control. And so it was like it was right after he said 75-point rate hike at the very beginning of his speech. I mean, things started going right up. And before he kept talking on it, it's kind of weird. So that would indicate that this could be more trappy behavior. However, on the Bitcoin chart and Ethereum chart specifically, you can use major EMAs and structure analysis, horizontals, all that stuff, to increase the level of predictability with the move. Let me make myself small. But by nature, in a trappy situation, it's going to be slightly less predictable, even though you have all these guiding figures here. So I already really screwed up my day today. I'm not trying to do anything more. I did fuddle around. I came out just barely better than break even, just messing around in the charts trying to get some back, which is kind of dangerous because you can give a lot. You can really hurt yourself by doing that. But so I'm done in the charts today, and I will wait till things settle down tomorrow and the direction is a lot clearer. However, this momentum, I don't know. I don't see it turning around on a dime and doing anything like this. I don't see that happening right now. It looks like it wants to come back to retest this weekly 200 SMA and then head up to at least 23.5. And then I'm going to set an alert there, and maybe you should too, right around 23.470. Yeah, just under 23.5. I'll set an alert there, and when it goes off, I'll be ready to potentially take action and look for some, potentially higher probability trades, especially if RSI is starting to lose some steam. And a lot of my folks I hear are, postulating that this is a fake out move. But, I would be careful with that, because it is possible that things could not totally melt up because of inflation, right? But with the numbers being so high, even though there's not going to be as much free money floating around to go to all-time highs in the traditional market, things could, with inflation, I guess things could drift up because the dollar's getting valued less and less and less. And, a gallon of gas is over $5 nationally average now for the first time ever. It's craziness. So I would be careful if you're holding the thought closely that this is a trap move up. I would tread carefully. It's possible that a larger move to the upside happens than what we're expecting, and then it comes nasty coming down. And so that would be similar to that gap being filled on traditional market, but back on Bitcoin. I mean, it could be Bitcoin coming up all the way, to 26.2, to just the top of its channel. That would be a lot bigger move than what people are expecting, and it would meet that wick on a horizontal almost perfectly if it were to take this long to get there. It is possible. This would take time, but it's possible that things really give a roar even into next week, and Bitcoin gets up and out of this channel because of the traditional market having so much momentum to the upside. I'm a little bit perplexed of why things took off the way they did to the upside after that announcement. I was more prepared to be in shorts, and that's partly how I got my butt kicked because it was the wrong choice. And it went up so fast that I was literally still trying to put in my stops. That's mostly why I lost everything from yesterday, all in one swoop. But it's a good thing I scrambled out because it did keep going higher. I could have really done some even more damage more than one day. So I set myself back a day and a half. I even took away some of my profits from my previous good day too. So I'm a day and a half back because of trying to trade volatility without predictability. Shame on me, because I just said that yesterday, and I think I'm going to go ahead and let you know that you can watch this video right over here if you want to know how Bitcoin dominance affects altcoin prices, and click this video down here if you want some futures trading tips. These are things that I've messed up a lot on, and I even say to myself constantly, it would help you in your trading journey. And we'll see you next time. You got Timified Worldwide.